first and 10. Play fake. Mayfield. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. It's caught inside the 25. And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
Well, he reminded us that he was a 1,000-yard receiver a year ago as he starts off week 1 picking up right where he left off. He told us at the end of the preseason he was primed for a big year. He just gave us excellent evidence of his belief.
From the red zone now, Mayfield. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. Touchdown, Rams. Allen Robinson from 19 yards away. And the Rams are on the board here first in the season opener. We thought they may be a quick strike offense this season. That is lightning quick. Not bad for the first drive of the year.
That has to actually exceed expectations, doesn't it? Because most teams want to be a quick strike offense. They want to score as quickly as possible and run a defense into submission. What they have to understand is while they got it done there, long way to go. Don't get discouraged if you have to run a few more plays on your next drive.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Keyshawn Nixon now from his end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Love and the Packers now with a first and 10 at their own 17-yard line. Here's Love. And they'll get that to Amir Smith-Marset. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards. Throwing. Love. Completed out left to Dobbs. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll be second down. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on your time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. 3rd and 2. Love with it. Oh, he put it on the carpet, a fumble. And now the Rams have got it, going the other way.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball, you know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Perfect start to the season on their first drive last time out, able to find the end zone. Now we'll see if they can make it 2 for 2 here in week 1. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
Touchdown pass on the first drive. It comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the...
Touchdown! A great effort there. His first NFL reception goes for 6. And the Rams are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And it's now 14-0. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They had the auspicious beginning to the season, a first drive turnover. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. That's a good way to start the drive, 17 yards and a first down.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They've needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Off the play fake, Love. Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. And the Rams are going to get it back here just past the 35. So a nice play defensively by the rookie coming up with the INT.
And that's a late-round pick right there, making a first-round impact. And a lot of these day 3 corners end up winding up on special teams and sub-packages and even on the practice squad. But he's really made an impact on this defense, and he comes up with the interception there.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
On 2nd down and 4. Mayfield going up top for Cup. This is caught inside the 15. A big play there for L.A. 56 yards. Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time.
And he takes it across for a Rams touchdown. David Montgomery taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Rams are looking good here. The season openers are able to extend their lead. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And it's now 21-0. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Packers take over 1st and 10.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer, because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Well, 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
And this drive is almost over before it began, thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on 1st down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
He has it complete to Christian Watson. It'll be a pickup of 16, but they'll remain short of the marker, and it's 4th down.
There's another example where defensive coaches constantly preach, not allowing any run after the catch. They give up a few more yards than they wanted to, but they were able to get him down quickly and force a 4th down.
42-yard punt, 6 on the return. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And Charles, they're really stringing these possessions and scores together early. We're still in the first quarter, but if they can score again here, look out.
Yeah, and as you taught me when we're broadcasting games, one way we're supposed to avoid, and that's blowout. But that's exactly what's going on here. Down 3 possessions just the first quarter. That goes beyond any worst-case scenario we might have thought coming into this game. And another touchdown here, that should eliminate any hopes for any type of a comeback.
2nd down, they'll go with Akers again. And this time he won't even make it back to the line of scrimmage as they stop him in his tracks. 21-0 our score after 1. looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on third down.
Point it right.
Here's Mayfield. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Packers pick it up. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line. These defenses have become so opportunistic, and no matter what you're playing, in this case wide receiver, you got to be careful.
Certainly do, because there is a phrase in today's football that we use all the time: completing the process of the catch. Well, it's after you do that.
The ball comes out. And fortunately, he's able to get this one back, so it is a first down. Even though he recovered his own fumble, you know how much he hates to put the ball on the ground. He's going to be frustrated with himself.
And what do you think the time frame was from the time the ball escaped his grasp to him getting it back? It didn't take that long, right?
Right.
To him, it probably felt like hours, because he's agonizing, like, I've got to get this football back. Able to get it done.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
On second down, Love once more. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And now off to the races, down the right side. And he will bring it back. It's an interception return for a Rams touchdown. Well, that's what you get, apparently, when you try to take on a Pro Bowl cornerback. And what a play there. Make the interception and also bring it back for 6.
And he is so good that we've seen teams absolutely stay away from throwing the ball at him. Here he's just reading the quarterback's eyes the entire way. Makes a great play on the football and turns it into 6.
Nixon now from his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to return.
Bobby Brown on the tackle.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
From the 35 on second down, Love. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Taylor Rapp with a pick. Well, I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me, that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you throw this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. They run the option here on 1st and 10. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense. A little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Mayfield now. Over the middle, that's hauled in by Cup. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 31-yard line. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. This offense in midseason form here in the opener. It's 1st and 10. And he's got it down to the 28.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know, they're just trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
He finds his man, complete. It's Barton. Touchdown, Rams. A great play there. making quite a splash with his second touchdown in his NFL debut. And the Rams are able to add on to their first half lead. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And that makes us 35-0 now. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Nixon elects not to return it, and this comes out to the 25. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily when you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute and go to the playmakers. Aaron Donald in there to get him once again. That's 2 sacks for him now here on opening day. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
O'Donnell, he's on to punt as he gets this one away. Now fair catch is called for and taken at the, we'll call it the 37-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
Back to Montgomery on 2nd down. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. 3rd and long for Mayfield. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Jair Alexander. And the Packers are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Love. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Thus far, they have been able to move the line of scrimmage very well in the running game. Almost felt like they said in the huddle, can you guys pass protect? Let's take a big shot downfield. Didn't get it on that one, but they may come back to it again.
Completing it to the right side, Johnson. And to the 49-yard line, but no further. And obviously, he is well short of the first. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it. And that's going to make it 4th down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. This is fielded at the 7. A good return there, 17 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Take it to the house.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And with a huge lead already, they may be thinking, hey, our job's complete for these first 2 quarters. Let's get this to the locker room. So he stopped for no gain, and that'll bring up second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. They'll try the middle with Montgomery. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend as we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. We'll see if week one fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. Nixon now from his end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. We'll see, Charles, if they had a chance to hit the reset button at halftime. They have not scored. They're facing this big deficit. And if they're going to come back, it's going to have to start right now.
Yeah, and for them, it's not dwelling in the negative because, yes, they were totally ineffective in the first half. But we've seen many games that have flipped around in the second half. It all starts with this drive right here. They get something good going, put some points on the board, they begin to have hope.
Eluding the pressure right. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going, trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the third quarter. Not a lot going on that.
And the Rams got it. They bring him down. Jalen Ramsey with a sack on the corner blitz.
Well, someone is certainly having a big game, and while that sack doesn't quite have the splash of his pick six from earlier, you know he's thrilled to be making big plays during a great individual effort today.
Let's take it inside his own 40. So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return. And the Rams are going to start this drive in great field position as they take over. They'll run on first down with Akers. Rashawn Gary, the man to bring him down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Second down, they'll go with Akers again. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a third and about 4.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Mayfield. He'll leave it for Montgomery complete. And he's going to be a yard short. Needed 4, but got 3.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
And he is going to have the Rams first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. Off the option, here's Akers. And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line. 47 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Hasn't had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
just going to say maybe that gives him a little juice because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14. Now a give left side to Montgomery. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
That's a play to take note of there for the defense, I think, in the future. If you're going to try and block him, maybe you get a guard to help double team him and try and steer him out of the play. They should have done it on that snap.
Throwing, Mayfield. And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. A great effort there. Now with his 3rd touchdown in his first ever NFL game. And the Rams have taken a 6-touchdown lead. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And it is 42-0. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Nixon now from his end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. A win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Up from the secondary to make the tackle, Jalen Ramsey. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Again, it's Jones. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd and 1 situation.
He had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
On 4th down, Love. It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. And he is going to have a Packers first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. To pass, here's Jordan Love. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams 30. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Now, this is certainly one of the bigger losses that we are going to see for quite some time. And you have to think at this point where we're at in the 4th quarter with how wide this advantage is. For this offense, they're just trying to end things with a positive drive and then get the heck out of here.
Yeah, if this had been a concert, you would have heard plenty of sour notes in this one. But they certainly don't want to end it on one. They want to put together a few more throws like that.
Touchdown, Packers! Christian Watson, 30 yards. And the Packers are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. Johnson's extra point up and good as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Here's Johnson set and ready to kick this one away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he returns this to the 22. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. You just kind of feel for the defense right now, this deficit. They have not been able to stop them the entire game, Charles. And some hands on hips, some long faces out there on the defensive side. They're like, oh my gosh, we got to face these guys again here.
Yeah, people don't understand how hard it is when you're on the side that's being dominated to keep your head up and continue to play hard. And that's what they're going through right now, trying to find that pride inside of them to allow them to continue to fight, even though they are down huge in this game.
51 yards on the ground for him so far.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Man open, it's Kupp. He's got it. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. Excellent play there on third down. Give him 25 yards. Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10. They'll go with Akers here up the middle. Devontae Wyatt there for the stop. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up. They're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, Mayfield. And that is incomplete. Well, up big here in the 4th quarter, up really big. That pass and incompletion, I don't think they needed the completion, but Charles, this is an offense right now that they're just having fun. They're clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, you're right. They didn't need a completion. They certainly don't need any more points. But they're not going to turn them down. They're going to continue to run what they have in their playbook, and they still want to run it efficiently.
33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And the Packer drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
The Packers on 3rd down. They're struggling. 0 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Working out of the gun. Love. Oh, had his hands on it. Couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
I like what they tried to do there. Tried to hit him with something quick, get the ball in his hands, and hope he could make some yards after the catch and pick up a 1st down. Weren't able to do so on that play.
Desperation time here. Love on 4th down. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to it. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. On 1st and 10, Love. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Okay, so roughing the passer, and I've got to imagine that's the last thing you want to see week one is your quarterback taking an unnecessary hit.
I think you're exactly right about that. You hate it any week, but boy, are you on target. This is a unit that's depending on him to take him through 17 games, so you definitely can't let him get hurt right now.
He's going to let it fly. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
So still throwing here in the fourth quarter with a pretty sizable lead, and now that lead even more sizable. And if nothing else here, CD, a chance to pile on some stats before this one wraps up, and he did just that.
Brandon, convention tells us it's time for them to get off the gas a little bit, right? But you and I both know the receivers don't want them to because, as you noted, this is their chance to pile on the stats. If they got their way, they try to get every single spot in the depth chart points before this game is over.
Here's Johnson set and ready to kick this one away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, but he opted for the touchback. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And this is really the start to the season that you're hoping for if you're a coach or a player. They've got the big lead here in the fourth quarter, and now can really take some time off the clock. Brought down that time by Quay Walker.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead, positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Second down, they'll go with Akers again.
And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. Now a give running right is Montgomery. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to 4th down.
We'll see now there's a little extra excitement for week